There has never been a more diverse workforce. That is borne out in a new article that tells us for the first time in contemporary history, there are 4 different generations working together in the workplace. There are baby boomers, Gen Xers, Millennials, and Generation Zs, all of whom have vastly different needs and worth ethics. And not worth, well, maybe worth ethics, Scott, but it's also work ethics as well. So it's a really interesting time for employers navigating all of that. And inter-office skills, interpersonal skills, it presents all sorts of interesting opportunities, but some challenges too, Scott.
It does indeed. And I saw one of those striking signs saying loyalty goes both ways. And this is what really employers are trying to latch on to as far as motivating their employees, sort of supporting their employees. And to do that, you have to know what motivates and supports your employees, what kind of backgrounds they have. And so we thought we'd take a look a little further into that demographic as far as the chronological age groups. Started with the baby boomers, for example, and this is anywhere from 1946 onwards. That's why they got the name. They're very loyal, grew up after the war. They're motivated to work long hours, and possibly they even work for the same company their whole lives, which today seems a bit of a throwback. Gen Xers, on the other hand, were the first generation really to move quickly between jobs. Maybe they witnessed the breakdown of that traditional workforce, even their parents getting laid off. It was the beginning of specialty fields as well, like the IT and high-tech jobs that made them more desirable. Pass on that to the millennials, and unlike Gen Xers, they would be willing to leave a job traditionally, even if they didn't have one to go to. So they were looking for more purpose, more importance on lifestyle, and also that changing workforce as well. IT was really coming into itself. Social media made them really sought after as a group. And finally, the beginning of the Gen Zers, I'm calling them. They want something bigger themselves. Lifestyle is a priority. Motivation is being inspired. So any workplace now, look around you. There's all kinds of different generations, all kinds of different things that motivate people to come to work, to get promotions and to strive. And this is more important than ever for managers and anybody employing those workers, Heather.
So we've been inviting people watching at home, Scott, to join our conversation about this because it's really interesting and quite thoughtful. I've got a fantastic note from Kelly, and we're going to show some of the responses on the screen. But Kelly, who's at a marketing agency in Toronto, a Gen Xer herself, but says she works with millennials, Gen Zers, and she says, this is so great, they are hardworking, creative, respectful, and smart, and can teach everyone a lesson about living a life of purpose. So that's what she's observed in other demographics. And she talks about herself, a company where culture and pay and doing work she's passionate about. These are the things that she values.